Welcome to gang stalking part 6. I've done some things. They're trying to get me to procrastinate on making this video. I'm just looking for a piece of literature which I want to read on here, but you can hear it on my video, which is called Characteristics and Fate of Illuminati Henchmen. Under the video is also a link to a U.S. Army lady who's retired who talks about gang stalking and the technology, and she calls these people trailer trash. And that's what they are. And the piece of literature I'm looking for explains who they are and where they come from. I have these t-shirts made, no street theater, because they call this thing street theater. It's also called The Show, and these are available from me. And if you're being gang stalked, please buy one and wear it, because it cuts down on the show, because they see it and they know that you know. You're not supposed to know, or you're supposed to be terrified. They're $50. I'll mail it to you. They cost quite a lot because they're high quality, and this is a custom-made stencil. The other thing I did is start carrying around a camera with me with a big flash, and I started taking pictures of these people. And what's happened is now I'm down to one person a location with a little cell phone brain card reader. And the last... I usually go to the same places all the time. I went to a restaurant I frequent almost every day, and there was only one person in the restaurant. It was a young guy with the super duper cell phone poised. I always sit in the same seat. He was facing my seat in the next booth. So I sat at 180 degrees to him over by the window. And had lunch, and in the end, he was holding his cell phone up like this, facing me, and the camera was pointed right at me. So I gave him the finger. And the waitress said, "What's with the big old camera?" And I said, "People are following me and I'm taking pictures of them." And as soon as I said that, he hunched over down below the booth barrier. And he wouldn't have done that unless he was with street theater. So I recommend you do that. Also, they probably low-jacked my car. They have people along my route on sidewalks. They could only do that with GPS. So if you can get your car raised up and find, with visual inspection, the low-jack, or buy an old transistor radio from the 60s and turn it on and move it around your house and car, and you'll hear when you get near a transmission device. Take it off your car and put it on a bus and let them chase the bus around for a while. I have a company called Cardston Medical Research, and we make all of the Bob Beck devices, the brain tuner, the electromagnetic pulsar, the colloidal silver maker, the blood electrifier, everything, all of it. That's probably why I'm in trouble. We now make the shield for microwave radiation. If you're being irradiated by these people, you can buy the shield from us to cover 4 sides of your bed if you want. They're $1,500. It's NASA grade microwave blocking material and the electronics to energize it. So the other thing you should do, if you don't have $1,500, is get this aluminum mesh from the big hardware chain. Put it in your windows, and you can actually hang this beside your bed, and it cuts down electromagnetic radiation of all kinds and infrared as well. So like they said, it's that rock band, we ain't gonna take it anymore. The U.S. Army lady said that, and some of that other person on, is when you fight back, they up the ante. So that I'm expecting them to up the ante. They had a meeting about me last Monday. So I don't know what they'll do. But since it's touted as a thing that lasts a lifetime and your demise is what's wanted, it's no use doing nothing. A great philosopher said the wrong thing, always the wrong thing to do is to do nothing. So you can write to me on my YouTube channel or at my cardstonmed.com, which is the medical company. And let me know what your circumstances are. I will be putting up a paper I found about hearing voices. People who are getting schizophrenia can hear voices. The Dianetics people say that voices are put into what they call the reactive mind or unconscious if the parents are having sex while the baby's gestating. The noises, sounds, verbal, the things that people say go into the unconscious mind of the baby and are dramatized later. And then there is voice-to-skull technology, which you can find on YouTube. I found it years ago just looking on for scientific papers on it, because I had a video by a guy who makes a water softening ingredient. He also, by accident, discovered voice-to-skull. He was trying to find a way to play music at night in his bedroom without bothering his parents, and he was experimenting with this stuff. And then they started banging on the wall and said, "Turn down that damn music." And it was gay. It was playing inside their heads in the next room. So that was maybe 40 years ago. And his thought was, oh boy, now I can help the deaf, and deaf people can hear people speaking and music, and won't it be great? And of course they turned it into, you don't hear much about that, but you do hear about black government agencies using this to torture people. Also hit me this morning that the phrase that we've all heard that did not put too much thought into is political prisoner. Two kinds of political prisoners. Prisoners who is trying to bring down your government with violence and viciousness and in an illegal way. Or people who are pointing out the corruption of your government, and you have to get rid of them so everyone doesn't find out. So, I think the war is already on. This is actually the tip of the iceberg of the war to take over the freedom-loving peoples of the earth, and it's going to be done with mind control rather than bullets. So watch out. I have a note on my computer, it's been there for quite a while. It's a conclusion I came to. It says mind control tech is coming from the future. This is the danger. And spiritual grouping is the answer or the way to fight back. So live in the world you want to have, just for the job you want.